the only thing I remember from Tottenham was I couldn't believe for the club, not the fans, the owners, the World Cup, even the Euros. One day I will do it. This is the Beast Mode on podcast with me, Jose Mourinho.
Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy, Adebayo Femwa, and welcome back to the Beast Mode on pod. Listen, I can't even sugarcoat it. Today, I'm excited and gassed because today's guest is different levels, all right? Champions Leagues, league titles across multiple countries for managing the biggest clubs and biggest personalities football's ever seen. This man, he ain't only managed clubs, he shaped eras. And now he returns to Real Madrid. See, I'm known as the Beast One. This individual is the special one. Please give a Beast Mode on family welcome to Mr. Sir Jose Mourinho.
You are funny. You are funny, but on the pitch you are not funny.
I know. Hey, listen, we're going to talk into it. Before we go into it, right? What we do here, we like to give people flowers. I mean, the whole ethos is to give people flowers. And what we've got here, we've got like a lot of messages from fans of clubs that you've been at, just showing their love and support and how much that you've impacted. So I'm going to let you just watch this video.
Jose, just wanted to say a big thank you for everything you've done for the club. We'll always love you. You'll always be the special one.
Ciao mister, grazie per la conference. Tirana è per sempre. In bocca al lupo per la tua avventura a Madrid, mister. Jose Mourinho. La 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 la.
Come on, you go to Chelsea and Roma.
Jose Mourinho, the main man, the special one. Thank you for that Europa League trophy in 2017. We haven't managed to do it since, so it makes it all that special. Good luck at Real Madrid, and I know you're going to be bringing back the big trophies all the way to the Bernabeu. Good luck.
Yes, Jose, massive fan of yourself. It was gutted how it all ended in Spurs, but we'll always have this moment. Up to Jose.
Welcome back to Real Madrid, Mourinho. I'm super excited to have you back. I know with you are the chosen one. You're going to win us some trophies again, and we are going to be back to being the best club in the world. Forget the haters, a la Madrid.
Let me just say something.
God.
Tottenham was COVID.
Yeah.
No connection.
Okay.
I love that connection with the fans.
Yeah.
I love my club fans. I become easily one of them. Tottenham. The only thing I remember from Tottenham was the first match before COVID at West Ham Stadium, and then was empty stadiums.
It was empty.
And it's the only club where I missed that.
That connection. It's funny because for people that don't know, I've come across you or played against your teams twice. Yeah. So the first one, you was at Chelsea. It was a pre-season game, and of course, we're playing up against your Chelsea team, and we go 2-0 up. And in the second half, I remember because John Terry was at the back, and he said you was not losing that game. You came in at half-time and said, I don't care if it's a pre-season game and you won the game 3-2. And I just remember that was the first interaction where I had with you. Listen, you're Jose. And then the second time was at Tottenham, where you came to Adams Park. And I just want to say on a personal note, you said to me, you was like, big man, continue doing what you're doing. Hope it does well. I like what you're doing. And as a player who, like I said, you're the elite, it really, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, it really meant a lot. And I appreciated that. We went 1-0 up. I thought we was going to beat you. And I think you ended up winning the game with 5-1. And that was COVID. But even that, where you say the disconnect, it wasn't a nice time to play because there weren't no fans. There wasn't there where we can connect. But I just want to let you know that was where we first met. So we'll go into talk about Benfica this season. So because I'm looking at it from a player's point of view, right? So recently you went unbeaten the whole season and just finished short of winning the league. As a player, if I was sitting down and I was saying we didn't lose a game all season and still didn't manage to get over the line or win something, how's that feeling as a manager, that achievement of going unbeaten? But of course,
look, if you want a funny answer, at the same time arrogant answer,
both.
Okay, I won 8 championships.
Yeah.
But never unbeaten.
Okay.
So now this one
Okay.
counts 9. It's not a title, but it's a good feeling.
Yes.
It's a good feeling. It's a feeling that, cool down the bad feeling of not winning the winning the title. You get that feeling of Portugal, Spain, Italy supporters are we are Latin, very emotional. That situation of we professionals, we have to respect them. We have to respect their feelings.
Yeah.
And by not losing matches and by scoring a last minute goal that gives you the draw and gives you that title of unbeatable is something that the fans like, and is a kind of showing respect to them. I didn't start the season. I come with a few matches already played, so we were never top of the league.
Yeah.
We had a pretty good season, but this Porto they lost a couple of matches, but they won, and we were winning. And the moment you have a draw, the distance goes a little bit, and we couldn't get them. But the feeling of the unbeatable, of course, the Arsenal unbeatables are the ones in that sense.
Yeah.
But was a good feeling.
Let me ask, so you've managed in multiple different leagues, multiple different countries. What's the biggest challenges in management?
In my case, to adapt to a new country, to a new culture, new everything. Even new language, which, for example, in Turkey was something that wouldn't allow me to be myself, because I learned a few words, but I couldn't communicate with the world, with the fan base. I couldn't communicate the same way. But my career is very rich because of this situation of Spain, Italy, England, Portugal, Turkey. I was going around, and I have to say, made me a different person, made me a person with a different world, and made me a different coach too.
George, let me ask this. So in football, there's the highs, there's the lows, especially from football fandoms, right? How do you deal with the emotion of that?
I have no time to deal.
Nah.
Because, and I was talking about this with a former player that is now a coach. When the game finish and you are a player, or you have time to enjoy the victory, or you have time to try to think and rethink and analyze what went wrong. When you are a coach, the game finish, you get in the bus, and you are already thinking about the next one. So when I win, I don't have time to go to paradise, and when I lose, I have no time to go to hell. And this same coach, he asked me, I'm doing this for 2 years, and it's not easy. How can you do for so many years? Love, passion.
Right.
Just that.
Sick. So it just came to mind when you were speaking.
Just that.
One of my favorite quotes is respect.
Respect.
That's that for me. It came to mind because I do remember, and it's not scripted. Exactly that. It's passion. It's raw emotion. It's respect. Yeah, man. I love it.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
It's proper. All right, so Jose, you've had some monumental achievements over your careers. Talk to me about the 2004 Champions League final with Porto. What's your memories of that?
The memory was like we did something incredible.
Yeah.
And the fact is, since then, 2004, 2026, a Portuguese club never won again. A Portuguese club never played the final again. A Portuguese club never played the semi-final again. So that gives you the dimension of what we did. So it was like touching the sky.
It's where you grew up. This is your home. Did it hit different? And you know, as a manager's point of view, when you're like, okay, you knew you was going to Chelsea, and you was like, look, because not that you checked out, but you was already like, okay, my mind's at Chelsea. At that moment there, looking back now, why do you feel you didn't celebrate because you did something that's never been done before?
Because I had to accumulate in the couple of weeks before the final. I had to accumulate the work that I have to do, the pressure that is with the nature of the job, the not saying clearly I'm going to leave because I don't want the players to know that I was going to leave. Trying to hide things that just me and the president of Porto and Chelsea people, we knew that was going to happen. The feeling was around, but I didn't wanna say.
Okay.
And then after the match was like, job done, incredible job done, and it's time to breathe a little bit and to move.
So listen, you're a master of finals, the special one. Talk to me about not managing Spurs in that League Cup final. And the reason why I say that, because I remember getting put on the bench for Northampton in the playoff final, and I was the top goal scorer. And I remember in my heart, I was just like, oh my days. I mean, we came on, lost it, unfortunately. But knowing what you do, what you bring, what was that feeling like of not being able to complete the final with Spurs?
I couldn't believe.
Okay.
I know that the final was almost an empty Wembley. It was something like Man City will have a couple of thousand fans split it by the whole north or south sides of Wembley. Tottenham just a couple of thousand, so it was an empty Wembley. It was not that big feeling of Wembley, but it was a final.
Yeah.
And it was a final in a moment where Tottenham, no trophies. In this moment, yes, they won the Europa League. But at that time, nothing. Was Harry Kane, 0 titles. Son, 0 titles. Hugo Lloris with Tottenham, 0 titles. So I was up to it.
Yeah.
I was up to it. I remember that we played in that week. We should play before the final. We should play Southampton. And my focus was totally on the final.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of a shock, but I believe that one of the reasons was exactly that my focus was on the final and not on Southampton, because for the club, not the fans, the owners, was more important to try to qualify for Champions League, financial reasons.
Okay.
So Southampton was a very important match, and for me the important match was a final. Was a medal, was a cup, was joy for the fans. And Harry Kane was injured, and it was a doubt for the final. And in case of Harry doesn't recover for the final, the striker had to be Son. Imagine the final without Son and Kane.
Yeah.
So when the boss asked me, what do you think about Southampton match? And I want to win. We are going to try to win. But without Harry, I will leave Son on the bench.
Right.
And I think it was a kind of a contradiction, because for them the final didn't matter much.
Okay.
For me and the players,
The
meant
final
everything.
yes.
So I think was a little bit the touch.
What I wanted to ask the question was, so I understand a relationship between player and manager. I know that, What's it, you're talking about they wanted Southampton, you wanted the final. What's it like with a manager and the boss? How is that? How important? Of course, silly question, but I just want to know from a manager's point of view, how important is to be aligned with the boss?
It's crucial, because you are in their hands.
Yeah.
Even if you have a great relation with the players, a great relation with the fans love you. The bosses, they decide.
They decide.
That's the point. I always remember my first period at Chelsea. We were in Stamford Bridge, at Stamford Bridge offices, taking care of me leaving, and I was looking at the window and lots of people outside with banners. Jose, we love you. Jose, we want you. Okay, you love me, but this guy decides.
I hear it. I hear it. So let me ask you this question then, right? If you could remanage one game from your past, what would it be?
One game from my past.
Yeah.
Would be Europa League final, Roma Sevilla, with a different referee.
Say nothing. I get it. To be fair, I won't even lie. Did you lose that one?
Yeah.
See, because I always know you for winning. I didn't even know you lost that one, but you lost that one. All right. Yeah. Roma Seville. All right, let's move on to the World Cup. All right. So obviously, because Nigeria's not in the World Cup, Portugal's going all the way, yeah?
They should.
Yeah.
Of course, they're not alone. Of course, there are other.
That's what I was going to ask. If Portugal make it to the final, which other teams would you think would be in contention to meet them in the final?
I know what you are going to say, but I always say England.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I always say England because I look to the players, and we come from that generation: Lampard, Gerrard, Terry, Ferdinand, Beckham. We come from this generation, and since then, I always say England.
Right.
And then doesn't happen, but I always say England. I look to the look. Arsenal lost the Champions League final, but was there.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that. So say that one more again for the Arsenal people.
They were there. They lost, but they were there.
Yes. Sorry, I spattered me. But
Palace wins conference. Yeah. Villa wins Europa League.
Yeah.
A part of Barcelona, Bayern, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, the best players are in England.
In the Premier League. So why then, let me ask then, because from a manager's point of view, with the quality, and listen, I'm just actually curious, why then do you think with the quality that England's had over the years, that they haven't kind of got over the line?
I don't know. When you lose on penalties, we are speaking about details, and they lost on penalties once. In the Euro 2004 in Portugal, Portugal beat them on penalties too. So penalties are just little clicks. I believe they have more pressure than anybody else in relation to media, and media in the end of the day, they influence a lot.
Of course.
The people, in this case, the English fans, expectation, responsibility. They cannot cope with it. They always had good coaches. Yeah. They have another good coach again. I always think they can. But you look to France, and they could play with three different teams and still be contenders. Then Spain, Argentina, Brazil. People can say they are not as talent as in cups where they won. But I always say that a coach like Carlo plays a role. Yeah. You could even feel after a bad match and after a draw against Morocco, it looks like a tsunami arrived. Not for Carlo. Not for Carlo. Yeah. So I always believe that Carlo can make a difference too. And Portugal is incredible squad too.
Any teams or players at the moment so far have they impressed you? Has there been teams, any players that's impressed you so far in the World Cup?
Look, I have to be honest and say that some of the matches, after 10 minutes, I switch off. I don't like the feeling of for me World Cup is the top of the tops.
Okay, yeah.
I know that socially means a lot. Is incredible for every country. Means that the world is breathing football. But one thing is the social side of it, and the other one is the pure sport of it.
Yeah, I get
It's
you.
not possible 7-1. It's not possible 5-1. This is the World Cup. So I think I'm going to start watching properly
in the later
in
stages.
the knockout, because now Brazil-Morocco was a great
Good game, yeah.
Was a great game. Part of that, I had some nice dinners and some nice sleeps, and I didn't stay awake 3 a.m. No
I
chance.
hear it.
I will.
I get
But
you.
not now.
But, so let me ask you then: could you ever see yourself getting into international football, or is club football just still too much of a pull for you?
You know, my natural habitat is club football.
Okay.
Is training every day, is playing 3 times a week, is be with the players, work with the players, understand the players, fight with the players, hug the players, kiss the players,
Yeah.
kick the players. I think that's my natural habitat. But when I see the feeling of the World Cup, even the Euros, is something that I would like to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would like to do it. One day I will do it.
Okay, so let's move on to the Jose versus Mourinho. All right, so there's 2 AI versions of you done by Coca-Cola and Goal. All right, and to be fair, it's amazing to what AI can do. It's like a proper wow moment. I'm gonna ask you: has there ever been a wow moment in past World Cups where you watched a player and was just like, wow?
Oh yes.
Go on.
First of all, let me tell you, I have this partnership with Coca-Cola because I drink Coca-Cola.
So do I.
I
to be
would
fair.
never do it if I wasn't a Coca-Cola man.
Okay.
So yes, I am a Coca-Cola man. I have so many memories in World Cups where you say, wow, and looks a bit, I don't know, crazy or what, but Mexico 1970, I was 7 years old, and I remember to watch the final with my father, and I remember really, really well the final and the feeling, and Brazil, and Carlos Alberto last goal, Pelé making the class assist. I remember clearly, and I was 7 years old. Since then, a lot, but I was a Maradona guy. I'm sorry, England, but again in Mexico, what Maradona did for good and for bad. But the goal against I think Belgium, and the goal against not the handball, of course, but he was crazy, and I was a lot Maradona. I am a lot Ronaldo Nazario,
Yeah.
and Rivaldo and Ronaldinho. I am a lot all of them, and they were together in the same team. I remember on detail. And of course I remember on detail everything we Portuguese guys did. We were almost there, but we are going around. And the Messi World Cup was like believe in football gods, because the guy couldn't end the career
Without
winning it. So you have that feeling of, there is something superior that made the guy win a World Cup.
So when you said at 7, was that the moment where you were saying that experience watching it with your pops, that I want to get into football? Like from that age, you was like, I want to be able to feel this throughout my life.
Yeah, but as a player.
Yeah.
As a player, not as a coach.
Right.
Then, my father was a player. I think every Christmas gift, every birthday gift was a football. I loved it. But when I was 7, I thought I could be an amazing player, And then when I was 17, I realized I couldn't.
I was the same. I won't lie. I thought I was fast, and then at 17, I realised I wasn't. But it is. So let me just say. So you know when you did the Jose versus Mourinho, so it touched on the intensity, the highs, the lows. Talk me through that process.
No, it was first of all was curiosity. When the proposal come, I was okay. The brand okay.
Yeah.
The brand okay. Okay because I drink it, and okay because takes you also to a certain profile. Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola. But then AI, what is going to happen? I had some doubts. Then the process was not difficult at all. I think the art is not from the actor, let's say that.
Yeah.
The art is from the people that is in control of that incredible technology. But when I was understanding, was really very funny, because Jose and Mourinho, they are very different.
Right.
I can say I see myself in both.
Okay.
It's not like I am just, the nice guy, balanced guy, analyzing the things without great emotion, but I can also see myself as the guy that challenges, the guy that is not nice, the guy that has always a little bit of humor, sometimes dark humor, sometimes a prick.
Yeah.
and I've enjoyed the most not doing it, but now watching it is when I enjoy the most.
So when you was younger, earlier, I'm talking about managerial stage, younger, which was you more, Jose or Mourinho?
Nah, Mourinho.
Mourinho.
Yeah. I was much more impulsive, never thinking about what I was going to say.
Okay.
Never thinking about consequences of it. And with experience, you control emotions in a different way. But as I always say, without losing my nature, I cannot lose what I am. Belongs to me. But different.
So I'm gonna ask is, so you're very quotable. So you've got like legendary quotes, like the special one, and if I speak. And I'm going to say this though, right? I actually used the second one to my mum. We was arguing and I went to mum, listen, if I speak. Let me tell you something. She gave me the biggest slap on the back of my head regardless of that. So I'm just going to let you know, when you talk or when you're in the front of a camera, you own it. Your aura's been that. And I said that from when you was on the pitch. How has that always been you? Or have you it's just rolled when you've come with experience and age and adaptability?
I cannot answer you because I don't know.
Then it's just you.
I promise you, when I go to a press conference, my club PRs, they spend with me 2 minutes before. 2 minutes. Just telling me the hot stuff of the past days, but not preparing like, can come this question, answer this way.
Right.
Can come the difficult question, be ready. No, I like to go, like a normal conversation. Then depends on the situation, and sometimes I just feel sometimes that I have to be more friendly because the conversation is nice. Some other times I just feel that I need to catch the opportunity to have cameras to send some message,
right,
to my players, to opposition, to wherever it is. But can be both. But honestly, I go there. I go open to the unpredictability of what can be a press conference, and sometimes it goes well. Some other times I think it goes well, and the next day I realize that went wrong.
You know what's nice about that, because it goes on to you dealing with, like, you've managed so many big personalities, the Cristiano Ronaldos, the Drogbas, Terry, Özil, Ibrahimovic. What's the secret of managing elite players and personalities? What's the secret to it?
I think is the best problem that the coach can have.
Okay.
To have the best guys,
Right.
the best players, is the best problem that a coach can have. We shouldn't be speaking about Real Madrid, but I can just touch in a little point. I read a few things where people were saying Jose Mourinho is coming here and is going to cut some of the top players that supposedly they had some problems during the season. No.
Right.
No, I want these players.
Right.
I want these players. I want the best players. Now I have to find a way to have a team and not to have problems like eventually, I don't know, I'm just reading, that they had in previous
Right.
seasons. But the best players are the players that you want. If you have problems with not very good players, that is a big problem.
It makes sense.
That is a big problem.
Makes sense.
But the big players are the big players.
Let me ask then, what qualities, so your mentality, what qualities do you look for in players? What qualities do you look for?
Qualities.
Yeah, qualities.
Qualities. And when sometimes people, they say, oh, this player, amazing quality, but physically is not very good. He's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, this player, amazing qualities, but this guy is not consistent. He has ups and downs, so he's not a big player.
Right.
So the big player is the complete package. Has to be technically good, has to be physically good, has to be mentally good, has to be a team player too. You know, this is what I'm looking for. You know, sometimes you have lots of them in your team, and that is paradise.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have less, and the work is a little bit more difficult. But I always believe that one of the coach's quality is also to bring players in your direction. You know.
So I've heard past interviews where you've given and you said, I think there was the Eto'o one where you was like, look, you knew how you had to get into him mentally to be able to get the best out of him. And of course, I've been in changing rooms where
that one people says that was like a Mourinho miracle and wasn't.
Okay, explain.
It wasn't. The situation is quite iconic. Eto'o playing almost as a right back in one semi-final.
Yeah.
They kicked him out in Barcelona.
Okay.
They didn't want him. They wanted to buy Zlatan, and they want Eto'o to leave. Eto'o left. And then, football gods, they decided that the semi-final was against Barcelona. Do you think I had to do anything special to persuade that guy?
But you did, though.
I did nothing. The guy did it by himself. The guy wanted to win. He wanted to win against Barcelona. He wanted to kick Barcelona out. He wanted to win the Champions League at any cost. So I did nothing.
Okay, let me just, because I told you I'm excited, and this is about giving you flowers here, right? And as a player who I would say
Nobody gives me flowers.
No, I'm giving you flowers. Give you flowers. So Eto'o's personality, he understood that you could keep him on his toes. So you said you didn't do anything. It was him. He was the one that had the drive and determination to play the way he played. But who understood that? So even when you was on them, even though they were playing well, who understood your mentality the best? Do you understand that?
Yeah,
okay.
I understand. I think when I arrive in a club, since the beginning and now is not different. I don't like to speak much. I don't speak about myself.
Okay.
And I don't like to speak much.
Okay.
I need to know the players, and I want the players to know me. It's not about what people say about me.
Okay.
It's about what they see on me. And it's not about what I listen from other people, media and previous coaches and so on. about my new players. We need to know each other
Right. Yeah,
well. And then I always say that I don't make miracles. I don't make miracles, but I can improve the guys that are improvable.
Right. Right.
The guys that want to improve.
Right.
But some other guys, it's the impossible job, and you have just to accept the way they are. Just two simple examples. One, I tell you the name. The second one, I don't tell you the name.
Okay.
John Terry.
Okay.
We want to win the Premier League. John was in trouble. It did. The night after we win the title, he went to clinic for a surgery. But only when we won the title.
Right.
I had another one. That's a funny one.
Okay.
But it's not funny.
Okay.
I was desperate with injuries and I need one guy to play. The guy had one small fracture in the middle toe.
Okay.
The doctor told, no problem. It's just pain.
Just pain. Yeah.
You can play. There is no problem. Oh, I cannot play with pain. Oh, come on. You can play with pain. No, I cannot play with pain. No problem. We give you a small anesthetic injection.
Numb it, yeah.
And you play and you have no pain.
Yeah.
And no consequences. You are going to play easily. And the guy didn't want. I took my shoe. I took my socks. I put the foot in front of his face and I told the doctor, give me the injection. And the doctor gave me the injection on my toe. My toe was perfect. But the doctor put anesthetic on my toe. And then I thought, come on, you can also do it.
Yeah.
And he told me, no,
you
are crazy. You are crazy, I'm not crazy. And he didn't take it. And he didn't take it.
After this, you got to tell me. After this, you got to tell me who that was though. After this, not here.
I will.
All right, cool. Say like. Oh, jeez.
He didn't.
So, okay, you know what? This is actually.
How many matches he played with me after?
None. Yeah.
Almost none.
I already know. So, okay. So, not the Jose now. If Jose was coming into football now, right? How do you feel football's evolved and adapted, and how would you feel now? Not all that you've experienced, just now. Not saying you would still be the special one because I know your aura, but how do you think you would adapt to football now, just coming in now, not with your past?
I think no problem. Because it's just about generations. And in my case now, people like me, like Ancelotti, like Max Allegri, like Klopp, Pep is a little younger than us, but this generation, we had to adapt through the years and through the transformation. People that is young now and they belong to a new generation. Yeah. They belong to that generation, so I think it's very normal with them. It's just a silly example, but on my time as a Mr. Louis van Gaal assistant was almost the beginning of the mobile phones.
Yeah. Okay.
Forbidden mobile phones in the bus, forbidden mobile phones in the dressing room, forbidden mobile phones in the bus, forbidden.
Yeah.
Now is
you got cameras everywhere, let alone
everywhere, so you adapt.
All right, so when you was working with the team to produce Jose versus Mourinho, they touched on your humour, your debates. Talk to me, what was the process like in producing that content?
The process was quite simple in the sense of I was talking a lot.
Yeah.
And I was trying to show different emotions.
What emotion comes easy? What emotion comes easier for you?
Come on, I love to laugh.
I know you. I know you do.
You know,
I do.
people that they don't know my laughing sides. I just love to have some fun, to have some jokes to relax, but people doesn't know that that side of me, but that is the easy one. But to act, if somebody tells me to act, you know, I like the prick, you know, I like to...
You like he likes to be fuckery. I get it. All right, so let me ask. So I hear they're publishing this in 11 different languages across the globe, and of course they're coming to you because there's not many people, managers out there who are as iconic, as global as you are. Let me ask you, name me one achievement that you're most proud of.
In football, I did a few.
Football. Yeah, we know you did a few.
I did a few.
This
good
is time
things.
flex, man.
When we won in Roma the Conference League, you know, that city went mad.
Yeah.
I believe that we did to that city what Champions League winners cannot do it in other cities.
Okay.
You know, Roma is a country. Is a city where people is really, really, really in love with that club.
Yeah.
A giant club with incredible passion. It's absolutely incredible. And of course, when we won Conference League, was even the first season of Conference League.
Yeah.
And I don't think even Europe was giving to Conference League what now
they're giving.
They are giving now. But when we arrived in Roma and we went for a parade around the Colosseum and Circo Massimo, and you realize what you gave to that people. And one of the things now is not Jose and Mourinho, is Jose in the beginning of his career and now. In the beginning, I was much more about myself,
right,
my feelings, my achievement, what this is going to influence in my future.
Yeah, what's it going to do for you?
I went progressively into a direction where I'm more about others.
Right.
What I can do to my players, what I can do to the fans. And what we did in Roma was the one that made me realize what we can do to people, and that Roma Conference League was absolutely incredible.
That I was going to ask, with all the success have had, with all the clubs, with all the cultures, with all the peoples, is that Roma, that point where you looked out and there was a moment of wow, is that the moment?
Is the moment where you feel what you are doing for people.
Others. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know, I won the Champions League.
Yeah.
I go to the Premier League. I won with Inter. I go to Real Madrid. I go, I do, I won. And progressively, you know, is the player that is with you and you develop, and he has a big transfer and it changed his life. Is the fan base. Is more about others than about yourself. Is a good feeling.
Nice. Let me just finish off on the question of, I know you was talking about the knockout stages, but what are you looking most forward to at the World Cup this year?
You want the truth?
I always want the truth, Jose, always.
I want Real Madrid players to lose and go on holidays. Because I want the guys back to pre-season.
I get it. Quick fire, all right? Most challenging away ground.
Anfield.
Say. Best dressing room.
Best dressing room?
Yeah.
Best dressing room. Away dressing room or
no, just your dressing room. Best dressing room.
Best dressing room? No, Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah, good. One match you can replay in your career.
Roma-Sevilla Europa League final. Without Anthony Taylor.
I get it. Look, you know what? I'm not even going to lie. I've said this, and I really want to go on record and say I was excited. You should have seen us. I smiled. Your energy is infectious. What you've done, the growth in regards to how you affect people, it's amazing. And when I mean you're an icon living, and I can sit down and chat to you all day. I just want to say thank you for giving me the time, and thank you for being you. And this was an epic moment for me.
No, for me it was very, very, very nice, because I remember clearly that the 2 times we play against, and I remember that you know how I am. I don't say things that I don't
mean,
that I really don't feel. I always have. I will always have a lot of respect for players, coaches, and clubs from an inferior division.
Yeah.
Of course, I lost matches in domestic cups against smaller teams, of course, but I always give a lot of respect to that people that for different reasons they couldn't reach the level we did, but people that does the job with sometimes more passion than we did, than our players did. And I promise you, when I play against you, both with Chelsea and with Tottenham, I respect you. I knew that you weren't the fastest player on the pitch. I knew that you couldn't get the ball in the halfway line and dribble everybody and score, but I knew your qualities, and I respect you in that match, and I made the guys respect you. You didn't have an easy match either against Chelsea or Tottenham. The guys were respecting you, and I think this is something that is good to feel in your side.
Yes,
it's good to feel. And I don't remember if it was before the match or after the match that we had a few minutes talking, and I was asking you about your future, because at that time you were already
I was about to retire soon.
About to retire, and now by surprise I get you here, and it's a very good surprise to meet you and to see you happy, and hopefully going very, very well.
Thank you. I just want to also say, you must have bigged me up so much to your team, because it was the first time ever that I had to print names. So we had to go to the club shop and print my name to give shirts away to Tottenham players. It was the first time ever. So I've got you to thank, that the first time that ever happened. So, but Jose, listen, again, hand on heart, thank you for this. It means a lot, and I'm blessed. Thank you.
My pleasure.